Let's talk about passwords. These seemingly simple strings of characters stand between you and everything you hold dear in the digital world. They are the gatekeepers, the digital bouncers ensuring only you, and those you authorize, can access your personal information. The keys to your digital life. Think of them as the modern-day equivalent of a physical key, but instead of unlocking a door, they unlock your access to a vast digital landscape. They protect your emails, those digital letters that often contain sensitive information, personal correspondence, and important documents. Bank accounts, the very foundation of your financial well-being, safeguarding your hard-earned money from unauthorized access. And social media, your online identity, your connections to friends and family, and your personal brand. But what if someone cracks your password? What if that seemingly impenetrable barrier is breached, leaving your digital life exposed? That's where password cracking comes in. It's the process of attempting to recover passwords from data that has been stored or transmitted by a computer system. It's not just movie fiction. It's a real and present danger in today's interconnected world. Real attackers use real tools, sophisticated software, and cunning techniques to break in and gain unauthorized access to your accounts. Understanding how password cracking works, the methods they employ, and the vulnerabilities they exploit is the first step to protecting yourself and strengthening your digital defenses against these threats. We'll reveal how these attacks happen, peeling back the layers of complexity to expose the underlying mechanisms. Focusing on tools like Kali Linux, a popular operating system for penetration testing, and HashCat, a powerful password cracking tool. This isn't a guide for hackers, a manual for malicious activities, or an endorsement of illegal practices. It's about defense, pure and simple. It's about empowering you with the knowledge to protect yourself. By learning how attackers operate, their strategies, their weaknesses, and their tools of choice, you can make smarter choices, implement stronger security measures, and ultimately, strengthen your security posture. Remember, cracking passwords without permission, without explicit authorization is illegal and unethical, a violation of privacy, and a potential criminal offense. Our goal is to help you defend your data, not break the law, not engage in any harmful or illegal activities. Think of this as learning how a magician does a trick, understanding the illusion, and seeing how it's performed. Not to deceive, but to understand the mechanics behind it, to appreciate the skill involved, and to learn how to protect yourself from being fooled. The more you know about the offense, the better your defense, the more prepared you are to anticipate and counter potential threats. Let's dive into the world of password cracking, explore its intricacies, and uncover its secrets. And see how you can protect your digital kingdom, your online assets, and your personal information from those who seek to compromise it. Knowledge is your best defense, your strongest weapon, and your most valuable asset in the ongoing battle for cybersecurity. Let's get started. Let's embark on this journey of discovery and empowerment together. Password cracking at its core is the process of discovering a password you don't know, or perhaps have forgotten. It's about bypassing security measures designed to protect accounts and data. This is achieved using various techniques and tools, ranging from simple brute force attacks to sophisticated software exploits. Attackers use it to access accounts, gaining unauthorized entry into personal and corporate systems. They might steal money, draining bank accounts or making fraudulent purchases, or grab sensitive data, including financial information, personal records, and trade secrets, all for financial gain. This data can then be sold on the dark web or used for blackmail. Other motives include identity theft, where personal information is used to open fraudulent accounts or commit other crimes. Corporate espionage is another common reason, with competitors seeking to steal valuable business intelligence. Sometimes the goal is simply causing chaos, disrupting systems and networks for malicious fun, or to make a statement. Sometimes hackers hijack social media accounts, taking control of profiles to spread their message. This allows them to spread misinformation, manipulate public opinion, or damage reputations with ease. However, not all password cracking is malicious. There's a whole world of ethical hacking. Ethical hackers use these same techniques, but with permission, to test and improve security, identifying vulnerabilities before malicious actors can exploit them. Companies hire them to find weaknesses before criminals do, strengthening their defenses. Password recovery tools can also help users who have legitimately lost access regain access to their own data, but only with proper consent and authorization, of course. The impact of a cracked password can be huge, it can have devastating consequences. There's financial loss, privacy invasion with personal data exposed to the world, and significant reputational damage that can take years to repair. For businesses, breaches mean costly recovery efforts, potential regulatory fines, and a significant loss of customer trust. That's why understanding these threats matters for everyone, not just IT pros. It's a shared responsibility in the digital age. In our connected world where everything from our phones to our refrigerators are online, password security affects us all, regardless of our technical expertise. Stay alert, stay informed, and take proactive steps to protect your digital life. Let's see how the tools work and what we can do to defend ourselves. Two big names in password cracking and security testing are Kali Linux and HashCat. Kali Linux is a specialized operating system packed with security tools. Think of it as a Swiss Army knife for cybersecurity pros. It's open source, free, and supported by a huge community. Kali comes loaded with tools for network analysis, vulnerability scanning, and password cracking. Now meet HashCat, the world's fastest password recovery tool. HashCat can crack many types of password hashes using different attack modes. Its real power comes from using your computer's GPU to try billions of combinations quickly. Kali Linux and HashCat work perfectly together. Kali provides the environment, HashCat does the heavy lifting. While HashCat runs on other systems, Kali makes setup and support easy. Together, they're a powerful combo for testing password security. Understanding them is key to building strong defenses. Let's see how to set them up. First, a reminder. Use these tools only in a safe, legal environment like your own test lab. Never use them on systems you don't own or have permission to test. The easiest way to try Kali Linux is in a virtual machine using software like VirtualBox. Download the Kali ISO, set up your VM, and install. It's straightforward. HashCat usually comes pre-installed on Kali. Check by typing HashCat, version in the terminal. If not, install it with sudo apt update and sudo apt install HashCat. For best performance, make sure your graphics drivers are set up, especially for GPU cracking. Keep your Kali system updated for security and stability. Always use a dedicated environment for learning. Never mix with your daily tasks. Safety and responsibility come first. HashCat cracks password hashes, not passwords directly. A hash is a digital fingerprint of your password created by a cryptographic function. Systems store hashes, not plain passwords, to protect your data if a breach happens. Hashes are one-way, easy to create, hard to reverse. Common algorithms include MD5, SHA-1, SHA-256, and bcrypt. Older ones like MD5 are weak, newer ones like bcrypt are stronger. Attackers who steal hashes must still crack them to get the original password. HashCat guesses passwords, hashes them, and checks for a match. Salting adds random data to passwords before hashing, making each hash unique, even for identical passwords. This defeats pre-computed rainbow tables and slows attackers down. Strong hashing and salting are vital for security. Understanding hashes helps you appreciate why password storage matters. Let's see how hashes are obtained. Attackers often get password hashes from data breaches, phishing, or malware. For ethical learning, only use hashes from systems you own or have permission to test. Set up a test website or app, create user accounts, and examine how passwords are stored as hashes. You can generate your own test hashes or use public examples for practice. The key is to always stay within legal and ethical boundaries. Never attempt to access or crack hashes from systems you don't own. Use your skills to build and protect, not to harm. Understanding how attackers get hashes shows why database security is crucial. Let's see how HashCat cracks a sample hash. On to the demo. Ready for a basic HashCat demo? We're going to walk through a simplified example to illustrate how this powerful tool works. Keep in mind that this is a demonstration for educational purposes, and we're not encouraging any illegal activities. Here's how it works in your ethical lab. We've set up a controlled environment to simulate a real-world scenario, allowing us to explore HashCat's capabilities safely and responsibly. You need HashCat, which is a freely available password cracking tool. It's a command line utility, so familiarity with the terminal is helpful. A sample hash, representing the encrypted password we're trying to crack. Hashes are one-way functions, meaning it's easy to generate a hash from a password, but extremely difficult to reverse the process. And a word list, a text file containing a list of potential passwords. These word lists can range from common passwords to more specialized dictionaries, like rocku.txt, full of real-world passwords. This particular word list is infamous for containing passwords exposed in data breaches, making it a common target for attackers. HashCat uses the word list in a dictionary attack, systematically trying each word as a potential password. It's a straightforward but effective method, hashing each word and checking for a match against the sample hash. If the generated hash matches the target hash, we've successfully cracked the password. This is much faster than brute forcing every possible combination, which would take an impractical amount of time for even moderately complex passwords. Dictionary attacks leverage the fact that people often reuse or choose predictable passwords. The basic command is HashCat m mode hash file word list. This command tells HashCat to use a specific mode, target a particular hash file, and utilize a given word list. M specifies the hash type, which is crucial for HashCat to correctly interpret the hash. For example, 0 for MD5, 100 for SHA-1. Different hashing algorithms require different modes, so it's essential to identify the correct type. Place your hash and word list in the same directory to simplify the command and avoid having to specify full file paths. Then run the command. HashCat will begin processing the word list and attempting to crack the hash. HashCat will show progress and speed, giving you real-time feedback on its progress. Sometimes millions of guesses per second depending on your hardware and the complexity of the hashing algorithm. If your password is in the word list, and the hash type is correctly identified, HashCat will find it and display the result, revealing the cracked password. But if your password is long, complex, and unique, using a combination of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols, even HashCat will struggle and likely fail to crack it within a reasonable time frame. That's why strong passwords matter. They significantly increase the difficulty for attackers trying to gain unauthorized access. This demo shows how attackers work, giving you insight into their methods and the tools they use, and how you can stay ahead by implementing robust security practices and choosing strong, unpredictable passwords. Let's talk about building strong defenses, focusing on password security and other essential cybersecurity measures. Make your passwords uncrackable. Aim for complexity and uniqueness to protect your accounts. Here's how. By understanding the tools and techniques used by attackers, you can better defend yourself and your data. Weak passwords like password 123 are easy targets for cracking tools. Attackers automate millions of guesses. Don't make it easy for them. Strong passwords are long, at least 12-15 characters, complex and unpredictable. Use a mix of letters, numbers, and symbols. Avoid names, dates, or common words. Remembering many strong passwords is tough. Use a password manager to generate and store them securely. You only need to remember one master password. Popular managers include Bitwarden, 1Password, and Dashlane. Even strong passwords aren't enough. Enable two-factor authentication, 2FA, everywhere. 2FA adds a second layer like a code from your phone or an authenticator app. If someone cracks your password, 2FA can still keep them out. Always use it for your most important accounts. Strong passwords plus 2FA = powerful defense. Let's wrap up with final safety tips. Password cracking is a real threat, but knowledge is your best defense. Use strong, unique passwords and a password manager. Enable 2FA on every account that offers it. Keep your software updated to patch security holes. Watch out for phishing emails and suspicious links. Think before you click. Use a VPN on public Wi-Fi for extra protection. Regularly review your account security and check for breaches at haveibeenpdyound.com. If your info is compromised, change your passwords immediately. Cybersecurity is ongoing. Stay alert and adapt to new threats. Layer your defenses for maximum protection. Stay safe out there.